This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Morning.
The Flyaway Fridays code word that you need for this week is...
What did we
We
do?
did. We had a meeting about it.
Yes, we did.
remember?
We had a meeting.
Yeah.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Yes, I know what it is.
Yeah, I
now.
know what it is now.
I had to
Okay.
find his back part of my brain.
Let's say it on the
takes a
count
while
of
to get there.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Katoot.
Good to it. I forgot. I had
You did the count and you forgot to say it.
I know. I knew you'd say it, and that way I could say I knew it.
Katoot.
Good to it.
Katoot. Classic. So on Friday when we ask you to call, you will know it. And the people that haven't been listening to the podcast, they won't know it. So you'll feel superior. And you'll be in with a shot of winning return flights to Bali with Transnusa Airlines. Brilliant. On the show today.
We are going to talk about incorrect reporting. I'll tell you a story. You might have seen it in the Sunday Times.
This is a story about Sean's secret son.
Yeah, pretty much. He claims
Big
it's
call
not
out.
true.
What a way to find out. Our friend Hans from Germany, our favourite accordion player, we caught up with him.
And also getting nude for the Winter Solstice.
Any excuse really, Ross?
Yeah. No, not for me. It's not for me what they did.
Not for you.
But each
Not
to
for
their
you?
Come on, it's not for you,
Why
really.
not?
No, I'm not about
Under the
nudity.
cover of darkness, would you do it?
For a laugh, but I'd still cover the bits.
What about at home,
Trigger
Ross, when you're getting around home?
Yeah, I still cover.
You're a never nude.
No, I don't mind. Just a quick walk from one place to another. But yeah, Bella will deliberately try to, have a.
Yeah. What do the boys think? Will they laugh?
Oh, is it because you're irresistible and you can't? It's like, oh, we've got things to do.
No.
I can't distract
no.
you now.
She knows it annoys me if she does it, so she does it. That's the story
She
of
prances around
my marriage. If
naked.
it annoys me, she'll do it.
and she'll relish it.
Yeah.
This is Nathan, Nat, and Sean. Let's go! On Nova 937.
It's 6:04. Nathan, Nat and Sean. Ross is here too.
Morning. My voice is a bit shot.
You
and-
are a bit
Yeah, what have you
croaky.
been doing? You at karaoke?
No, I woke up in the middle of the night. I was like, I don't feel sick. But actually, when I ordered my coffee this morning at 4:15 on the way in from Macca's, I got a surprise and I was like, flat white, please.
Oh, you could, yeah.
Yeah.
That was when you realised you couldn't talk properly.
And then I was like, this could be a problem. But it's okay now, right? What do you think? Hello.
You sound more manly.
Thank
You
you.
do.
So I should
You do.
stick with this
You
one?
lost it there.
Thank you.
Plenty of hair on the peaches, as they say, Ross.
On the peaches. I haven't heard all the sayings I hear from you usually involves a
That's
dead
when I'm
cat.
around the shearing shed, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overthink
Actually,
about it.
I had somebody say to me, I saw somebody in the cafe and they're like, so this is the haircut you're talking about. They said, yeah, looks okay.
No, it's good.
all.
It's good.
Nah,
That's not convincing though, is it?
well, she said that that was not she wasn't being complimentary.
Oh.
So I do look like a sheared sheep, a lamb.
don't.
Yeah,
You don't.
yeah, lamb to the slaughter.
Anyway, Monday, here we are.
Here we are. I mean, how good was the weekend? It was just pissing down the whole
Yeah.
time, Nat.
Tell you what. I have to walk the dog. He gets walked 3 times a day. So, it's constantly just monitoring Rain Parrot to see when there's a break in the weather. But for all the people that have got kids at junior sport, you're committed to the timeline.
Yeah.
And I was just,
A lot
grim.
of people don't turn up, so the teams are often less people, and the kids.
Oh, all the time. And you know what? In particular, when you're from East Fremantle, Adderall, Applecross, all those parents decide when they're travelling to Rollystone or Jandicolt.
Oh, all of a sudden.
Somebody's sick or they're
It's
breaking
too
their-
far.
Yeah, it's too far.
That wouldn't happen on your watch, would it, Ross? Your kids are committed and you've paid for it, so they're
Yeah,
going.
it's paid for. He's doing it. You've
Yes.
committed to, and I was there with the umbrella in the rain. So
I want to throw in too, Nat. You know well Henry Jeffrey,
Yes, I do.
where Lewis gets his walks, how
Yes.
bad it can be in the rain.
yeah, it's an
I found a
absolute
worse
lake.
oval.
Oh.
Yesterday, we're out at Jandicolt, where they play their games,
Yes.
and it was unbelievable.
Just a cow paddock.
Oh, my God.
Not even the
pools
cows
of
would go
water,
there.
The pools of water on the grass was unreal. It was crazy.
Just a bit of a drainage issue.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh, happy days.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Well, were you all surprised to see that what happened over in the Middle East
Yeah.
on the weekend, in particular Sunday morning, was what I'm talking about, with the US striking the uranium sites in Iran?
Yes, what they're purporting to be nuclear sites is what they were saying. Although the US, their own people were saying, no, they're not developing nuclear capabilities. They were saying that a couple of months ago, and then the president's like, no, she was wrong.
yeah,
It's like, oh, I don't know. You don't know where the truth lies in this sort of stuff, but it's like,
hectic, isn't it? And
yes.
once the
And then he called for peace. Like, you just bombed them.
Yeah.
I don't think you get to call for peace immediately after you've bombed somebody, do you? Like, that seems a little bit...
Yeah, no. Now you got to come to the table and have a conversation with us.
And we've seen the before and after. We're just watching some of the bombing sites, which you can see because of Google Maps or whatever it is these days.
Yeah, because there's satellite technology, of course.
And there's little holes in the ground for those bunker busting bombs, just tiny little holes where I guess they just...
Yeah, so they burrow in and then
I'd
explode,
imagine they're pretty big
essentially.
holes, Ross, from here. The satellite image you're looking at, they're pretty big holes. Does everybody think that they need to access this super about now because things could just get...
Oh, well, Sean, in 2 weeks' time, I'm getting on a plane and flying to Turkey. Turkey borders Iran.
Oh, my God,
And
Nat, thank you.
I don't want to make a Middle Eastern conflict all about myself.
No.
But, that's the consideration. And Turkey is a country that have publicly been pro-Palestine. And of course, the intricacies of Middle Eastern socio-political, conflict is, there's so much going on. But you just go, are we on the brink of a significant war event? You just don't. So much. You just don't know.
The moment that the US got involved, this is an escalation. And you don't know what's next.
And Australia
that's what worries you,
has
right?
called for de-escation, but what does that mean?
Hey, no one's taken our messages. I'll give you a big
that's
tip.
right.
Who?
And
That is what they're saying.
And so, I'm just constantly looking at Smart Traveller, the government websites, because, of course, if they issue a do not travel, you're then no longer insured.
Right.
It becomes down to that. So, you have to start making some important decisions about whether you choose to travel, whether you choose to change your plans. And I know a lot of people are in this situation. And most of us fly through the Middle East these days. So, flying through Dubai or Qatar, they're two of the major ways to get into Europe, which a lot of people are headed that way. The school holidays in the next few weeks. And I saw a great graphic the other day that my travel agent posted, actually, that showed the flight paths of all the aircraft in that area over the weekend, and just what a wide berth they're giving all of Iran.
Oh, my God, of course.
And already, they were doing that over the Ukraine as well. So, the flight times are going to be, schedules are going to be out of whack and that kind of thing. We're going to have to be a bit more adaptable about our travel. But you start to really think, you go, this is starting to get... I just booked a fun holiday in Turkey and Greece a year ago, and then you go...
There's a consideration now.
All of a sudden, you're starting to really watch what's happening really closely.
Did you see...
And I've only just got my visa as well.
I know, it took you forever. You look like... maybe it was the world working that way to stop you.
Right?
Another angle was I cannot believe the US B-2 bomber that they used.
Yep.
Each one of those, over $3 billion.
It's frightening, isn't it?
Isn't that $3 billion for one?
Yeah, the stealth bombers.
Yeah.
They actually take them up with another plane and then they let them go and then they start flying and stuff
Refuel
like that.
in the air and stuff.
Yeah. It's incredible.
Yeah,
It's
the technology that you're talking about is unbelievable.
Scary,
You wouldn't even know what level of technology they've got all around. I mean, the US and China are the ones who lead the world.
Yes, you only find out about it when they want to tell you as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, and often they're just telling the world because they want the world to know what they've got. But on top of that, they've got stuff that we'll never know about.
Yeah. The one thing that is interesting when you talk about interesting, it's not a great thing, but when kids see the news and stuff like this, they get really worried about this kind of stuff. And should we be worried at the moment? Of course, there's an element of that where you've got to be thinking about it, but also...
Yeah, does it?
If we're worried about every single thing, we just got to get on with our lives, and particularly for the kids.
Yeah, that's right. They've got enough to be anxious about already. And you're right. When we were kids, we didn't really find out much about what was going on.
No,
you might have caught it on the 7 o'clock news. We weren't reading the paper. That was it. But now there's a 24-hour news cycle. Their phones are throwing it up to 100%. them. The algorithm on Instagram and TikTok. There's just constant stuff. They're bombarded with it.
Yep.
And so you go. They can't process how far away this is and what the reality for us is.
100%.
It's a tricky
100%.
time.
Yeah. Well, it's easy for parents. I think they just got to calm them down and take away that anxiety. They don't need to know about.
No, I know it's tough though. It's tough because it's in their face like never before.
Yeah.
Oh, it's scary times because it's just so unknown, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And we've got no idea what we're talking about as well.
Absolutely.
So,
We're your experts.
Anyway, fingers crossed.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We just heard Guilty from Teddy Swims, the all-important song for this morning, and Joshua from Meadow Springs. Red hot. Morning, Josh.
How you going?
Hey.
Good, Josh. That
there
was
he
Ross's
is.
fault.
Yeah, it was.
You know why? Because I asked him to get up the massage place in Las Vegas so we could see the price list.
Yeah, I was
and
busy.
he got distracted.
Josh, so 4 nights in Vegas. If you went with a significant other, if you want to get the couples massage in the best Vegas, highly rated place, massage place in Vegas, Paradise Massage, for 60 minutes, you're forking out $140. Would you be in?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
There you go. That's a good
Do
partner
you have
right
to pay a tip on that? Do you reckon that?
Yes.
there.
It's America. You pay a tip on everything.
Do you have to?
So it's going to be like 15% at minimum, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you...
There's probably sales tax on it as well.
Oh, exactly. That's a stitch up.
Josh, we're not
actually.
sure how much it costs, but over 140.
But it does include a free hot stone.
Ah, there you go.
How good. How good.
You get to take it away with you.
For sure.
Yeah,
Have you
just
been
take
to
it home.
Vegas before, Josh?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's an amazing town. It's amazing, amazing, mind-blowing, but also it's
Well,
just like...
That'd be one to tick off the bucket list for sure.
wouldn't it
Yeah,
just?
everyone wants to do it, and everyone expects big things. It is difficult to go to. If you went there with your missus, it's not going to be the same time.
It'll be a totally
If
different
you're there with a group
experience.
of people,
Yeah.
like
A group
your
of
friends,
people.
I'm suggesting.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. 4 nights, Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas. You're officially on standby to see Teddy Swims there.
Good luck, Josh. Chrissy Swan could be calling
awesome.
you back next Friday, so good luck.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Easy
That
peasy.
easy, everybody.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Katy Perry's in town. Good morning, Katy.
Hey, Katie.
Big show last night. Another one tonight.
Yeah, people were loving it. My wife said she was a bit indifferent about it. Sam, though.
You were there.
Come on over, grab this one.
Quick
He's a bit
review
tired
of
today.
the Katy Perry concert.
Sorry, what was that? Yeah, no, and that's how tired I am. I got home at like 11:30 last night. She was incredible.
Yeah.
Loved her. She played all the hits and some of the new ones as well.
She flew around the room.
Yep, staging was, she got her pink on.
Butterfly, giant butterfly or something.
Yep. No, she was
Hot
incredible.
as chips, too.
Oh, 40 years old, 6-pack. She's,
She was
incredible.
drinking a six-pack.
I was amazed that she only flew in like a couple of hours before the show. Like,
So she literally, like, I think it was like 4 hours before.
Yeah.
And Pricey was saying, someone who
we work with.
that she was all by herself. She got off the private jet. She was just like alone. Like didn't even have a team with her either.
Where's her kid?
She did have some.
That's what I was wondering.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Nathan, Nat and Sean's 3-minute thrill with Keno Go. Experience the thrill of the wait with a $40 million jackpot from Keno Go every 3 minutes.
We gave Charmaine Lutis from Baldivis 3 minutes to give us a call so that she could claim her $1,000 cash from Keno Go. And I love somebody, as you know, who leaves things to the last minute, which really stresses Ross out. But we're deadline oriented. Charmaine, you snuck in with just a few seconds to go. Hi, Charmaine.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Charmaine. Did you get a message or anything, or were you listening for your name at the time?
I'm actually at my son's football training. Some friends messaged me, so I'm very lucky.
You owe them because you've just scored $1,000 cash from Keno Go. Well done.
Awesome, thank you.
Charmaine, that is enormous. Footy training this time of the morning?
In the dark.
It's light now.
Okay.
I mean, barely.
On a Monday morning, so they kick things off with training on a Monday morning. At what time?
6:45.
Oh, do they?
And imagine if you missed out on $1,000 because you're trying to be a good mum.
Yeah.
I know.
That would suck. I mean, is he in some
Yeah,
sort of...
thank you.
Is he in some sort of representative side or something? Is that why he's training at 6:45 on a Monday morning?
Yeah, my oldest is for the state team and Glory. So
Yeah,
that's
right.
what I was entering the competition for, to go watch him in Melbourne.
Oh, amazing. Okay, cool. That's what you need the cash
Charmaine.
for. When's that?
Yeah,
When's the
thank
trip
you.
to Melbourne?
July.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So a couple of weeks' time. During the school holidays,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
Well, we wish you all the best, and also for him putting in the hard work, and you as a mum driving him around and making sure you're there. Good on you.
Thank you.
Now we feel like we're sponsoring him.
We are. Yeah.
Well done, Charmaine. Everybody else, you need to register. Go online or via the Nova Player, then be listening tomorrow to see if your name and suburb is announced, because we've got another $1,000 to go tomorrow from Keno Go.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
So it was the winter solstice on Saturday. So the
Which is what, Nat?
It was the shortest day of the year.
Yep.
So when we're furthest from the sun, I don't know.
Yep, that's
we are now the days are getting longer, so that's great.
4 hours, 11 minutes shorter than the longest day of the year, which is the December solstice. Up until yesterday, I thought it was the solstice, and I said it in the
Solstice.
car. I was like, oh, today's the winter solstice, Bella.
As in that it was.
As in, like, dancing.
It was solstice.
The solstice.
And then
Oh,
she's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's not
yeah.
it.
Bless you. I didn't acknowledge it really, other than to think, God, it's cold and miserable today, but that probably was just the weather. But I was talking to somebody yesterday who she decided to mark the solstice by going down to Port Beach,
Yes.
stripping off and skinny dipping.
Was she a polar bear, by the way? Because that's where they...
The bears.
No, she's not a regular
Yep.
skinny dipper.
Yeah.
But it was a thing held for the winter solstice.
Yeah.
So they did it to mark the solstice. Everybody went down to the beach, took off all their clothes, and went skinny dipping at Port Beach. And then I heard somebody else did it at Sydney Beach.
Well,
Yes.
there's thousands in Tasmania as well, but
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
yep,
part
you
of
saw
Dark
that one?
Mofo. So that's
Dark Mofo, yeah.
that's an established event. I didn't know that people in Perth were marking it this way.
why?
My swim group was doing the winter solstice.
Were they?
I didn't get up on Saturday morning to
Sean.
join them at all. So there's about 100 people
So were
in that
they
as well.
fully nude swimming, or
I
what
don't
were
think
they doing?
I don't think so, but I
So
would
when
have
you
been.
say they were, when you say they were marking the winter solstice, they were just swimming. They were going swimming
They
and
were
saying,
going
"This
swimming.
is
I think
for
they
the
went down the
solstice."
beach. They had a bit of a function on that kind
Yeah.
of scenario.
Yeah.
That ended up with cocktails.
Oh yeah,
I'm
at
pretty
7 a.m.
sure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think about that? I mean, I think it's a great thing that anytime people are getting up in the morning and taking on something as hard as that, which is going into the ocean at that time of morning,
No.
skinny dipping,
No,
I know.
yeah.
great.
Who came up with that?
I know.
Oh,
Why does it have to be naked? Can't
Yeah.
you just go for a swim?
Yeah. Shortest day, coldest. Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge.
Let's get our gear off.
Let's really up it.
Yeah.
Maybe someone just was with a friend once that they really liked and said, let's do it naked.
Yeah, and it just spread from there.
Yeah.
The woman that I was talking to, she said she's not a normal nude swimmer like that. She said very unusual for her. And she said she kind of hid behind the saunas at Port Beach and then took all her clothes off, ran as fast as she could. And she said you've never seen somebody get in and out of their bathers so quickly because she went, started back up again and put them back on again as soon as she could. And like she's a doctor, like she's a respected part of our community. But it's like I
Still respect her with the clothes off, can't you?
It's a little bit of a. It seems like you mark the solstice as a. Like it's a pagan ritual to me, don't you reckon?
Yeah, well, we like to jump on anything.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's another opportunity
Yeah,
to go,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is what we did for the winter solstice.
Yeah.
When we swim to Rotto and/or when I was up and did the Lake Argyle swim,
Yes.
guys in our team will always say we've got to do a nude leg. Always do a skinny dipping leg.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know, guys are like that. And I'm one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm
you
one
know
of them.
why? Because there were no women to say, "What are you talking about?"
This is going to
It's
sound
always
weird.
a nude leg.
It's bonding though,
Can you
right?
stop saying nude leg, please? It's really
Yeah,
disturbing.
guys are idiots, and we do that sometimes.
We should check out if anybody got involved in the winter
Yes.
solstice by marking it by going down to the beach. Now, there was a lot of people who did, by the way. I did
Yes.
see it across everyone's socials.
Or maybe just if you're a mad skinny dipper.
Yeah, if you're a mad skinny dipper, and you can tell us why it's not a good idea all
sure.
the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Dave's in Woodvale. Hello,
Good morning, guys. How are we?
Good,
Dave. Do you
Morning,
love a good skinny dipping story, Dave?
Yeah, well, this one's not me, but an old work colleague when I used to do the dolphin swim. So she'd get a new gentleman, and she marked it by going down to Swanbourne and making them strip off
Yeah.
and going for a bit of a skinny dip so that she could check out the tackle and see if it was worth continuing the date or not.
It was
wow.
like a try before you buy situation.
Yeah, or have a bit of a look-see, I guess. But,
Yeah, window shopping.
But she was judging him before he went in the water or afterwards, because there's a big difference
Great
sometimes.
point, Sean.
I'll stick on with you on that one, Sean. Yeah, it'd be a little bit cold, I'd imagine, but you'd hope for a nice hot summer's day, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
You check the forecast before you'd agree to it, wouldn't you?
And if you knew you were under the microscope, I mean...
Also, this particular young lady must have been fairly confident about her own rig.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause-
Dave?
Yeah, absolutely she was. Yeah, no, she didn't mind checking out the staff members when she could, and obviously you got to change into wetsuits all the time, so
Yes.
she was always,
Sounds like an
always on a
HR
HR
that one.
disaster. Yeah, waiting to happen. Good on you, Dave. Thanks, mate. Let's go to Tom in Byford. Hello.
Hello. How you going?
Good.
Great, Tom. You famously a bit of a skinny dipper?
No, I've only ever done it once, and I'll never do it again.
Oh, why? What happened?
Well, this is me telling the world not to do it, because when I was a kid, I got dared by some mates to jump in the water naked. It was like 9 o'clock at night.
Yep.
During winter, and I jumped off the rock wall into the water, and I landed on a swarm of jellyfish.
Oh.
And I got stings on my 3Bs, my back, bum, and balls.
Oh, how was that?
How was that? How do
I
you
mean, not
reckon?
fun, but like I've never
Look,
experienced
do
it.
not recommend.
Tom, how old were you?
0 stars.
I was about 17.
Oh,
17.
yeah.
So are you at that age where your mum comes to the party and tries to put some cream on everything, if you know what I mean?
No, but I had mates decide to wee on me.
No.
Oh, good
No,
idea.
what a great service.
Yeah.
They're true friends.
So it smelled like wee, and I was in excruciating pain for a long period of time.
And you also couldn't look your mates in the eye again.
I feel like the boys would have loved
never.
that. They would have been very
what an
entertained.
opportunity.
Tom, he just got stung.
I know, I've got an idea. I'm going to wee on you.
Yeah. Well, all I heard was one of them say, "We've got no vinegar, wee on it." And then it happened. It
You
happened.
didn't ever get a chance to say, no, thank you.
That's like old wives' tale,
no.
guys.
Good on you, Tom. We do.
Oh, Tom, that's a brutal story.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Great news, everybody. Our favourite accordionist, Hans, is headed our way. He's doing his show Young, Fun and 21, July 4th and 5th. So one show in Perth, one in Mandurah. Get your tickets from hansofficial.com. We had the opportunity to catch up with him the other day, except that when our producer Amy was trying to call him, it was going to voicemail and she was furious. We did finally get a hold of him. Have a listen. I decided to answer your phone, did you?
Oh, hello.
Can I tell you, I've got the best excuse. Honey, I had the Jehovah's Witness here.
No,
you really?
didn't.
They've left me a pamphlet. How do you view the future? Will our world stay the same, get worse, or get better? And I have a feeling I don't need the Bible to tell me this.
Oh, Hans. Here's the thing, Hans. They would have been leaving there going that we can't help him.
I thought that might have been the case. I thought I'll open the door and then they're just going to slam it in my face.
Yeah.
Normally it's the other way around. But, you know, yes,
Safe.
So funny.
a lost cause. I know. And also, I didn't think they did that anymore. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, you see them in the malls and everything now they
Yes.
just stand around. I haven't had them at my door forever.
Yeah, I thought
Hans had
COVID would have stopped that.
Yeah, did they roll over on the, did they come over on their bikes? You know, they used to get around the pushies.
I think that was
That's
the Mormons.
Oh, the Mormons.
Yes.
Sorry. I must have offended a whole lot of people
these
there.
two were getting their steps up. They were.
And they
Wow,
do.
that's great.
Oh, Hans. Well, magical to catch up with you because you're headed to Perth finally. Like, you've been travelling all
know.
over. You've been doing everything and you haven't been back to Perth in a long time. This is more than a year and a half. We're counting.
Is it that long since we've seen you?
Exactly.
Yes.
It has been over a year and a half, and isn't it great that now I'm going to be coming back to Perth spiritually cleansed. I mean, after my visit this morning.
Finally.
God bless you, my son.
And we'll give him a hosing down at the border as well. Just to be on the
Well,
safe
that
side.
might be, you know, I look forward to that part. Exactly.
Hey,
Just
Hans,
the deep
so
sanitization. Yes.
100%. So you're 21, and I'm
yeah.
afraid
Can you
to
believe
ask,
it?
I'm afraid to ask this question, but what moisturiser do you use to look so young?
Well, I mean, I can't say at this time of the morning, but I will say if you want to try it out, I'll
Easy
send
guy.
you, my hotel room for after the show.
Right,
Look,
no.
but you know,
You FaceTime me one night.
I'll FaceTime you one.
Oh, he'll give you some FaceTime. Don't worry.
Cut
You're
it
not
out.
screen recording, are you, honey?
Hans, the show, it's about your birthday celebration, Young, Fun and 21. What is your date of birth again? Can you remind us?
Listen, it's classified. Date and place of birth seem to be classified. But, you know, this is what this show's about. I'm clearing up a lot of rumors.
Yes.
I can hear a bit of skepticism in your voice. There are people out there, believe it or not, who don't think that I am turning 21. There are even
Or that
people
you're
out
German.
there. Correct. And, you know,
Your whole life
frankly,
is a lie.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the lies, Nat, you know. I'm sick of the speculation. I'm like Meghan Markle, aren't I?
You are.
You're a victim. You're right.
Except I'm putting on a show that people want to see. But,
Hey, Hans, Nat said earlier on you've been very busy and you haven't come here and all that. Did I see you doing the weather on Sunrise?
Oh,
Talk me through it.
Did we see it?
Talk me through it, my friend.
Did you see it? Listen, I'm so happy it made it to Perth. Sam Mack, who is, he's Perth's own, really, in a lot of ways. Yeah. He was on leave, and then they have another girl, Katy Brown, filling in for him, but she was away. So who do you call when I'm the fill-in? So I was there, and, I thought, how hard can it be? Apparently, not very hard. An idiot could do that job. I'm going to be very honest.
So we're all right.
And look, an idiot has been doing that job, kids. That's all I'll say. It went very well. We got a lot of lovely feedback on social media. I'm sure you're probably going to get the same sort of messages after my appearance this morning.
Oh, we always do, yes.
You know what? It's all content, honey. It's all content. And the good thing is, it all makes my live show because, I can respond to these people live on television, but imagine the shit I can say live on stage. That's all I'll say.
Hans, I must commend you, too, on your bravery because after your trauma of a couple of years ago, I noticed that you were back on a cruise ship. Did you learn nothing from that horrendous accident that you had?
You know what? Nat, you'll understand this. I heard the money calling. We all end up doing things that we don't want to do.
She's loud sometimes, isn't she?
Exactly. We focus on that paycheck, much like you three are doing this morning on the radio.
That's true.
Always.
That place is practically your Vietnam, but you still keep going back.
I know.
That's right.
I know.
tell you what.
I'm headed to Turkey on my holidays, actually, in a couple of weeks' time. And just in case I fall over, do you have a hospital contact that I can use?
Oh, my God. I can't tell you the name of the doctor that I had in Turkey because you would literally have to censor it. Look, just get the buzzer ready. I'm going to tell you his name.
Okay.
Nat, can you imagine my shock when the nurse walked in Turkey and said, your doctor will be here soon, Dr. Moore. I'm not making that up.
I want to see the spelling.
Yes. I'll send it to you, Nat.
Great. Good to know.
He's also good for a hair transplant, teeth.
Some new boobs.
He'll do the full suite. Absolutely, Nat.
I'm only going for the Turkish delight, but, why not you grab a little special if there's one going,
Sadly, I didn't have any Turkish delight while I was there, in any sense of the word. Turkish delight, afternoon delight.
Well, you did spend your time on your back, but it wasn't for the right reasons.
Correct. Not how I was planning on spending it in Turkey, unfortunately.
What do they call Turkish bread in Turkey?
Bread.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense. Hans, you are hitting Mandurah. You fan of Mandurah and the Manchurians?
What do I need? I've been there once before, and I seem to have erased it from my memory. What should I be expecting?
Crabs, yeah.
I like the crabs.
Oh, well,
You've caught crabs in worse places, haven't you?
Exactly. Well, Turkey. Look, I'm a fan of Mandurah. I will say I do remember there were brilliant audiences in Mandurah and brilliant audiences in Perth. It's almost like nobody bothers to come over there. So, thank God I am. And, it's the biggest thing to hit Perth since Coldplay.
Yeah, wow.
They're saying that. I did hear that.
What I am amazed by when you do go to a Hans show is the audience, in fact, was not who I thought would be going to your show.
I know.
Because I came and saw your show at Fringe World and we walked in and went, are we in an old people's home? And so we started talking to people around us and we're like, how do you know of Hans? And they were like, oh, no, we love him on Sunrise. Sunrise is your gateway to the senior citizens of our land.
Well, now he's the weather girl as well.
Oh, my God. I look out at that audience and I think to myself sometimes, maybe I've gone on Sunrise too many times, I mean, I've been on Sunrise so much now that people think I've joined One Nation. You know what I mean? It's just me, Mark Latham, Paul Lee. They're the only ones that got on rotation.
And you've got so many things in common. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
On the 4th.
Yes. So you can get tickets for Hans' show Young, Fun and 21 from hansofficial.com. 2 shows, one in Mandurah on the 4th, one in the Astine Mount Lawley on the 5th. And hopefully we can catch up with you when you're in town.
yes, tape sunrise that morning.
Okay, good idea.
Good on you, buddy.
Thanks, mate.
See you, buddy.
Thanks, kids. Lots of love. See you soon.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast. Last quarter.
Spend more time doing you things, like cheering on Freo at Optus Stadium with Bankwest.
Here we go. It's time for a round of the last quarter. 4 questions, 4 quarters. Last person standing wins. And what they win is 2 premium Bankwest best seats. See the Dockers take on the Saints this Sunday. That includes premium seating, food and drinks.
Going to be a hell of a match. Chrissy, good morning. And how do you win the last quarter, Chrissy?
Good morning. You win the last quarter.
Bang on, Chrissy.
Good start.
In the first quarter, you're taking on Nella from Ascot. Morning, Nella.
Morning.
We're obliged to ask you as well. How do you win the last quarter, Nella?
Oh, you've got to win the last quarter.
Boom. Yes. Okay, we're about to ask you the first quarter question. If you know the answer, buzz in with your name. If you get it right, you're through to the second quarter. You get it wrong, your opponent moves on. Let's test your buzzers. Chrissy?
Chrissy?
Nella?
Nella?
They're working, guys. First quarter.
Nice horn, Ross.
Thank you.
Here it is. What's the term for animals that eat only plants?
Nella?
Nella?
Vegetarians.
Incorrect, I'm afraid. It's herbivores. That means Chrissy is through to the second quarter. We're taking on Robbie from Greenwood. Morning, Robbie.
Hello?
Hi, Robbie. Okay, let's test your buzzer. Robbie?
Robbie?
And how do you win the last quarter, Robbie?
You got to win the last quarter.
Boom. Okay, Robbie's on board. Second quarter question. It's Chrissy v. Robbie. Here we go. In which country did IKEA originate?
Robbie?
Oh, tight.
Let's do you, Ames.
Robbie.
Look at you, Amy.
Amy says Robbie.
Amy says Robbie.
Robbie?
Sweden?
Robbie's through to the third quarter. That
What
was
a
tight,
tight
though.
one.
Chris, it was really just a millisecond. Robbie, in the third quarter, you're taking on Briley from Jindalee. Good morning, Briley.
Morning.
Briley, how do you win the last quarter, Briley?
You win the last quarter.
Would you buy the merch, Briley?
The merch?
Yeah.
No, she wouldn't.
Definitely Dockers.
No, I mean, would you, if we made last quarter merch, would you buy it, Briley?
Oh, yeah.
course you
Yeah,
would.
absolutely. Okay, right.
Yeah,
All right,
We're
we're just doing some
trying to get a side gig going.
market research.
You know?
Briley, let's test your buzzer. Briley,
Riley?
it's working. Third quarter. All right.
In AFL, which team is known as the Saints?
Riley?
Robbie.
St Kilda?
Robbie's through to the last quarter. Briley,
had
you're
some
so
tight
close.
finishes.
So close. All right, Robbie, in the last quarter, you're taking on Carolyn from Helena Valley. Good morning, Carolyn.
Good morning. How are you going?
Carolyn,
Carolyn.
how do you win the last quarter?
You win the last quarter.
Oh, do you know where we are, Carolyn? We're in the last quarter.
We're in the last quarter. This is a big moment.
I know. Carolyn, the siren guy's gone off, hasn't he?
Gets into it in the fourth.
Gets paid by the horn.
What? Let's test your buzzer, Carolyn. Carolyn. Robbie v. Carolyn. It is the last quarter.
$20 a horn he gets paid.
That's a couple.
Pull yourself together.
Oh, that's
Okay.
Yeah.
Here is your last quarter question. What was the name of the first manned mission to land on the moon?
Robbie?
Robbie for the win.
Apollo 5?
Robbie for the loss, I'm afraid.
Oh, no, she had to go.
Apollo 11. That means, Carolyn, by saying nothing at all, you've won the last quarter. I know.
Bradbury'd it.
Well
It's a
done,
great
Carolyn.
game, but it's not necessarily a fair game.
No,
But she had a
absolutely
shot.
No, it is not.
Yeah,
had
that's
a
right,
shot,
Robbie. We
Robbie.
admire your bravery, but
you.
Carolyn gets the 2 premium Bankwest best seats. See the Dockers take on St Kilda on Sunday. Premium seating, food and drinks all included. Carolyn, well
that's
done.
Fantastic. Great way to start the week.
Absolutely.
Are you
Said
a-
nothing at all.
Are you a Dockers girl?
My son is a Dockers boy.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Take that.
Yeah.
Are you going to go along with him, Carolyn?
Yeah, he'll love it.
Nice.
You'll turn
Greatest-
purple on the day, don't worry.
Greatest mum ever. Check her out. All right. I think we've got another one sometime this week. Tomorrow. All right.
Tomorrow.
Good news.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
McManus family making the news again, Sean.
Yeah. If you got the Sunday Times yesterday, you would have seen the back page of the paper. It was a whole heap of babies.
Can I just say the dumbest graphic ever? I mean, love you, Sunday Times. So right in the
Yeah, I did see your article, Nat.
But like, come
about
on.
Turkey.
Come on.
Yeah, we'll put it on our Nathan and Sean Instagram stories as well, so you can check it out.
So they had a bunch of babies and they superimposed the photos of, so the heads were the next generation of players, basically.
Yeah, and what they are now. And I understand over the weekend, right, because the Fremantle Dockers played on Thursday night, so there was a void, and West Coast weren't playing, so they needed, what can we come up with?
Maybe together a story.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some of Sons of AFL guys out there. So there's a whole heap of Banfields, and shout out to all the boys there. They're a great bunch.
3 Banfields for the price of 1. Well done. So that's Drew Banfield's children.
Drew and Amber. Amber will be listening, so shout out to Amber. She's awesome. And Drew is amazing. We're really good friends with them. And Taj Longy was in there, so Troy's son. And then there was...
Longmuir.
Yep. Then there was Jaron Carr and Brett Hetty's son and Glenn Jakovic's son also in there. Yeah. So you look at the back page and you thought, oh, my God, what's going on here? Then when you open it up, there was actually photos of the kids.
Yep.
And, a guy doing a synopsis of those. First of all, I just think them being young and them playing their... forging their own identity in footy.
It's tough.
Whether they get to whatever level they get to, I don't think it's the right thing for them to do.
I agree.
It's not fair on them.
They're 17. Some of these kids are 17.
And that media attention, how do you feel as a dad with your son having that media attention in the paper?
I just don't think it's fair.
It just mounts expectation that they don't deserve to have mounted on them, basically.
They don't.
It's not. He didn't ask to be born to you.
No.
No one would.
I can't argue that, Nat. You got me on this one. Yeah.
But I was surprised when I read it, when I saw the article, though, Sean, to discover that you've got another son.
That's right. That's why I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. So in there is my nephew, Jackson McManus, who's playing for East Fremantle. And Jackson,
he's not your nephew, according to the Sunday Times, and they would have fact-checked for sure. He's your son.
Yeah.
He's Ollie's older brother.
Yeah.
And your son. Jackson. Yeah. And then they had a picture of Ollie and said that was Jackson, yeah?
Yeah, they did. They had Ollie and Cooper in my arms at one game.
Yeah.
And it was of the presumption that one of them was Jackson,
right?
Which was Cooper.
Yes.
And then the other fact is that obviously Lachlan is my oldest son, and he's ready. He sees that as well. He's going, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. Not only that, there was a picture of Matthew Carr, his wife Leith, and their kids in the picture, and they had in the insert Josh Carr and family.
So a couple of things wrong.
So Jaron Carr, who's his dad?
Matthew.
Matthew, right.
And
they attributed him to Josh.
Drafted to the Fremantle Dockers, and he's currently there at the moment.
Yeah.
But they had the story and it was all written out, but then the picture insert
Josh
was... No, they had Matthew's picture. They just put Josh Carr and his family.
Somebody, what did they have their work experience kit on?
I don't know.
There was no byliner on it either. So
no one...
So normally a story will say, you know who wrote it. But this one, it didn't say. It doesn't say. So no, the byline is there by such and such.
No one wanted to put their name to it. It was like a patchwork of stuff.
Maybe it was the editor's son did it. Like it was just a full Nepo baby story in every respect.
So what did they put it up for?
I don't know. I don't know.
They had no facts right.
No, that's right. Lachlan McManus is your son. Jackson McManus is a nephew.
Absolutely.
Oliver McManus is your son.
Yes. Yes. And it's Matthew Carr, everybody.
Sean's nodding like, that does sound right.
Yeah, that does sound right.
Look, we want to know, have you noticed where you went, hang on, that's not right, whatever it might be?
Yeah, well, I've got another thing to add in here, and when the Rising Star takes place.
Yes.
And every round there's a person who gets nominated.
Yes.
Those guys get to go to Melbourne. They have a gala dinner and they award the winner of the Rising Star.
Very official.
Very official. So Paul Medhurst, he was one of the Rising Stars. So he was in Melbourne. They call each individual up there. They get an interview. Gary Lyon was the host at this particular time. Got Paul up there. Great season. One of the highlights, that kind of stuff. And they present them with a picture, framed picture of themselves playing.
Oh, amazing.
With a plaque that says not Rising Star, what round it is, all that kind of stuff. They presented Paul with a different photo. It was a guy called Ben Cunningham. He's a ripping bloke too, but in our team, a completely different human.
And that's in the award.
In the award. And Paul's and Meadows is standing up there and he's going, I'm not taking it. Gary Lyon's like, just take it, mate, get off the stage. You know, that kind of thing. He goes, no, I'm not taking it.
That's not me.
I'm not taking it. It's not me. And he stood firm and he walked off, and it was brilliant by Paul.
Done.
He didn't take their crap to be able to go go with it.
Agreed.
He didn't at all.
Oh, we want to know, have you been in a situation where you're like, hang on a second, that is not right?
Yep.
It reminded me of when a couple of years ago at the Radio Awards, this is the year that our little show got nominated for the big
final
award. Yeah, that's right.
Years.
After 20 years. But that wasn't one of the early awards in the night was our beautiful colleague Claire. So her name is Claire Douch. Now, so the way it works is they get up there, the presenters say this is the award and here are the nominees, and then a voiceover reads out the names of the nominees, and she was one of them, and then the girl had to open the envelope and say, and the winner is. So the voiceover has just said what her name is.
Yeah.
Claire, incredible, wins this award, right? So there's a nationwide sales award. This is a big deal. And the girl, our colleague's name is Claire Douch. The girl looks at the card and then she sort of points to the guy that she's co-presenting with and like, how do I say that? The voiceover just told you for starters. And she says, Clara Douche. And Claire's sitting there going, oh, wait, is that me? Did I win? Like, yeah.
How do you get Clara out of Claire, first of all, and have to ask somebody for that?
Just probably panicking on the last name.
Yeah.
And then
opted for douche.
Yeah.
Bad move.
That's not right.
So that she got it wrong. Yeah. Tina's in Mandurah. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great, Tina. Okay, when did they just get it wrong?
At our wedding. My wife and I were married, and at the very end, instead of saying Mrs. and Mrs., they said, we'd like to welcome Mr. and Mrs.
Oh,
and it's on our wedding video. It's all stuck there and we can't get rid of it.
I mean, it's obviously force of habit, but it's like, get with the times, everybody.
We're standing in front of you.
Yeah.
That's the big moment as well. How did you react when that happened?
It was actually quite funny.
Yeah, you have to have a bit of a laugh.
We didn't mind. Yeah, everybody thought it was hilarious.
That's like, it reminds me of when Peter Dutton was in Parliament and he kept saying Mr. Speaker, and the Speaker was a woman, and she said, I would like to remind you, Mr. Dutton, that I'm a woman. And he said, I'm so sorry, Mr. Speaker. It's like, stop it. Stop it. There's a woman in the role now. Oh, Tina, thank you.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Coming up tomorrow on the show, the last quarter, we'll be back. Your chance to head to the Dockers in style.
Susanna Carr's going to be joining us tomorrow.
She is. You know why? Because she and I are doing the City to Surf together.
Good stuff. Striding out.
Yep.
3-minute thrill as well. Register at the No Player app or online at just after 7 a.m. We read out maybe your name. $1,000 yours if you call back with
I know.
3 minutes.
Charmaine scored $1,000 early this morning. She was at soccer practice. Soccer? Football? She said football, so I'm not sure which one it was.
No, it was definitely soccer, but it was football in her mind.
Oh, yeah, she did say Perth Glory, that's right.
Football, you idiots, because it's international.
Early on a Monday morning, 6:45 on a Monday morning, she had to take her son to soccer practice.
Oh, that's amazing, and I'm all for parents who are doing that because they sacrifice. And I was just thinking about the swimming.
Mums.
And I was thinking about the swimming parents, and you said rowing that, who are up there at 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, doing that for their children.
Relentless. You hope that they're going to make it big and become rich and buy you a house, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Fingers crossed. Sam, hello.
Hey, morning all. Happy Monday.
You're fresh from Katy Perry last night.
Katy cat.
Massive weekend. I don't know if I'm quite a kitty cat yet, like the rest of the staff, but
I feel like you could be.
I could be, mate.
You of all people.
After last night, she's got me. She was unreal. Yeah. Forget just how massive she is, the budget, the light show, the dancers. Like, haven't seen a concert on like her level of international star for a while, and it was really, really good. And you forget how many songs of hers as well.
So she's got a lot of bangers.
Played them all. She was great with the crowd. 15,000 people screaming. Yeah, it was actually really good. Maybe I'm a little kitty cat in the making. Yeah.
So tell everybody what you did over the weekend leading into Katy Perry.
I had a big weekend. I'm very sore and sorry today, but I was up in Geraldton playing a game of football. They have a little big freeze, or a little big freeze.
Mini
up there.
Big freeze.
Yeah, up there they do each year. So they've done that for about 5 or 6 years now to raise money. So they asked me to come up. Luckily, I didn't have to go down the slide. They had people doing that, but I emceed the event up there and had a game of Resi's football.
Chucked on the boots
as well.
Couple of snaggers, couple of touches.
Not at all. It was coming down sideways, Geraldton wind as you'd expect.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was raining. I was up forward, got a half a dozen touches. I think I got the coach's award for trying hard.
Of course you did. Yes.
But other than that, it was a great catch up.
And then you had to drive home from Gero on the Sunday and then go to Katy Perry.
Made it back, threw the bag down. I'll do the load of washing tonight. I can deal with that later. Straight to Katy. So So, yeah, big weekend, but well worth it.
I mean, that's quite the spectrum, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Playing football in Gerald to Katy Perry concert.
I'm versatile, if nothing else, Nat. Yeah.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.